I had gotten a neurological infection from Lyme disease. The meningitis and the chronic inflammation damaged my brain, and it threw my neurochemistry out. I knew something was wrong with my brain. I was getting worse. I had lost, in a short window of time, 5 credit cards. I was stuck in England. I lost my laptop that year, my laptop and my iPhone like a dozen times in about a 12-month period. And I was having real trouble remembering how to get to places I'd been to 100 times. I couldn't remember people's names. I started to self-isolate. Like, I did not want to go anywhere.
We would get in the car and he would be driving, let's say, over to my parents' house. He would have to ask me how to get there. He had terrible social anxiety if we went where there was going to be a group of people, and he couldn't remember some of their names, and that's just not him.
I came across this really awesome doctor. He had written some really solid research studies with Lyme disease, and he diagnosed me with late-stage Lyme neuroborreliosis. And he put me on 5 different medications: Provigil, Aricept, Namenda. Provigil stimulates your brain, Aricept and Namenda preserve your memory. Trazodone helps you sleep, and then an antidepressant. All that medication started to put me in a zombie state.
Anson is such a fun and happy person. That's just his nature. When he was on the medicines, it made him a shell of himself.
A friend of mine said to me, this guy was a Navy SEAL and the head of POTUS. Several of his buddies had committed suicide. And he said to me, they didn't commit the suicide. It was done to them because their brains changed under the condition. I think that's what was happening to me, because that wasn't me. I was severely depressed. I was slipping down a very dark slope. It had been a long period of time. I almost sold the business. I felt like I was going to lose my family. I was doing some research one night, and I came across an article by Dr. McCloskey, a Swiss neuroscientist that was studying Alzheimer's disease and Lyme neuroborreliosis. I wrote her a LinkedIn email, explained my case. Dr. McCloskey emailed me back, said you should have hope that this can be possibly cured. So then I met with her in Minneapolis. I took my son with me, and we had a 2-hour dinner meeting, and she said, I'll informally kind of coach you through this. She said, you need to get off the brain drugs. You need to work on oxygenating your blood. I started following her advice and tapered off the drugs. She planted a seed in my brain about oxygenation, and I came across Dr. Annabali at the Amen Institute. The main thing he did was give me the script for Hyperbaric. I ended up doing 53 sessions. At 35 or so, man, I started feeling better. This wonderful, holistic technology cured the problem. And the doctors told me why. The organism was anaerobic. It killed the organism in my system. It repaired the tissue in my brain that had been damaged from the meningitis episodes. It helped knock down the inflammation or eliminate it. Man, I was like the old person, and I was medication free. It was unbelievable. It was remarkable.
In my humble opinion, it saved him. He was back to his same self. For that, I am eternally grateful.